Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast here at York Hall with Mr. Brad Pauls. How are you, mate?
Really good, cheers. Thanks for having me, mate. Good to see you.
Pleasure as always, pleasure as always. Let's timeline something, right? Because I was at Wasserman headquarters. We spoke about you signing with Wasserman and basically what the rest of the year would hold for you and like what you want from 2022 and whatnot. You haven't managed to fight this year, so let's do a little timeline. We spoke on that day, right? Yeah. It was nice. There was all the signings there, and we was looking forward to the future. How have we not seen you in the ring?
I've been in the ring.
Yeah? Not on, what, on a Wasserman show?
Went Small show, yeah.
Mate, do you know how muggy that makes me look? I genuinely, I've got you on Instagram and all sorts, and I didn't know you'd been in the ring.
Oh, you're a hater. No, yeah. I guess if you're not on TV, mate, you're a nobody, aren't you? So, what we're doing. No,
That just shows, didn't it? Should we start this interview again? No, do you know what? Genuinely, because obviously, I think I've been at every Wasserman show this year, and because you haven't been on, I suppose that, like I've said to me, I just presumed you haven't been fighting, but you have, so talk to me.
I did. I had a 6-rounder in Plymouth. That's what I said to you. I needed a warm-up, and mate, I was glad I had it. I had a bit of ring rust. Won on points, not my best performance, but I'm glad I had that off of TV before I go on TV. And it was a little tester, like, see how I sold tickets again, sold out, venue sold out, and see how I made weight again, and it was sweet. So yeah, it was good, mate, and I'm glad I've done it on the slide before everyone's seen, so it's perfect.
Yeah, talk to me about ring rust, because obviously it's quite a commonly used term, isn't it? If you're out in the ring, even for 8 months, people are like, oh, I've got ring rust. Is it actually a thing? Did you get in there and feel just a little bit, not uncertain, but you feel, I know, little foot movements and everything's a bit different?
Yeah, say if you're a brain surgeon, yeah, and you quit your job for 4 years, come back and they put you in the hardest brain op, you'd be like, what's that thing called? What am I doing with the? And it's like boxing. Like I was boxing him. It was fine. I was catching him, and I'd step back and I'd get caught with a shot. And in my head straight away, I'd be like, I shouldn't got caught with that. And you know what you'd normally do. It's like and so I was like, what am I doing? Like, how did he catch me with that? Then and then it's just like muscle memory. Like your body just getting used to everything. So.
You just compared boxing to brain surgery, so I'm waiting for the brain surgeons in the comments, if there is any, to just slate you for that. So what talks have you had with Wasserman then? Obviously, like I said, you haven't been on a Wasserman show on our screens. I can imagine that's going to be pretty much as early as possible next year. Yeah,
so looking at early Feb, first weekend of Feb. I wanted to get on Eubank undercard, which would have been perfect because Cardiff's like pretty close to Newquay. But there wasn't room for me, or for one reason or another, it can happen, so it's fine. And then they said early Feb, and I'd seen some of Team Wasserman, and they were showing me a couple of opponents, and they're good fights, mate. Like what I want, proper good fights, like 50-50. So, early Feb, and I finally get my TV debut. So, thankfully, yeah, good.
Yeah, it seems like it's been sort of too long in the waiting. Like you're quite well known. Like a lot of people on the domestic scene will know Brad Pauls, yet they haven't really seen you on TV. It's quite strange, isn't it?
It's weird, like. My personality is I hate talking about what I'm going to do. Like, yeah, I can do this and I can do that. And then no one's ever seen it. So to most people, I'm just like, oh, that talks about it. And I hate that. I just want to show people what I can do. Do you know what I mean? But it's through no fault of my own. But I'm glad I've been patient. And then, yeah, I'll get my shot eventually, mate.
With these opponents, are they domestic opponents or are they sort of some international guys potentially? Or?
One I just seen was domestic. Like more than a winning record. Do you know what I mean? Only a couple of losses. But I think that's the thing with Wasserman, they can go European because they've got the connections there, or they can get someone domestic. So either way, if they're European or if they're domestic, it's going to be tough fights, 50-50 every time, and that's what I want.
Let's fast forward to 12 months, right? So we're in December 2022. Am I speaking to you as British champion, Commonwealth champion? What am I speaking to you as, or what do you want to be in 12 months' time?
Some sort of champion. I can't say British.
World champion.
World champion, all of them, unified. So I'm on my yacht, yeah, with my British belt. We're sitting on my yacht. We've just been to Vegas. We just boxed out in Vegas. Hung over on my yacht. You're interviewing me. Now, mate, I'm just any belt. Obviously, I'd love the British. I just think it's the best belt ever. But my man Linus is out there. He's got his plans. And then if it moves along at the right pace, maybe towards the end of the year, it's a possibility for me.
Even taking Linus out of the equation, I know we had a laugh before and you said your friendship's worth $500,000 or whatever, do you remember? But even taking like Linus out of the equation, is the British belt almost like kind of one of the hardest belts to get? Because you've got to think everyone in this country wants that British belt. So you've got everyone lobbying, everyone queuing, everyone trying to fight eliminators and that. So it's almost like everyone's pushing for the same belt, kind of.
Yeah, I think with the British title, especially around middleweight, like the busier weights, there's no easy touch for a British title. You cannot possibly get an easy British title fight. So it holds value to me. Like, I think it's just one of the best looking belts. Imagine that, a Cornishman, British champ.
Has there ever been one before?
Bob Fitzsimmons, like 100 years ago, I think. Yeah, so more than 100 years ago. So yeah, man, it'd be nice to make some history, mate.
Mate, well, that's one, innit? Get your name in history books, not just with a belt, but for your manner as well. Just quickly, you said you was potentially going to be on the Eubank Williams card. We don't know what's happening when that fight is up in the air. We think that Liam's going to have pulled out. He hasn't said anything, which isn't really a good sign. But if it does get rescheduled, which we're hoping it is, your division, how does that play out? Because that is an absolute banger.
Brilliant fight, love it. 50-50. Obviously, it's better for Wasserman if Eubank wins. Obviously, I'm Team Wasserman, but he's got a good engine, Eubank, and so is Williams. So I can't sit on the fence, can I? Eubank.
Not on IFL, you can't sit on the fence. It's the rules.
I just did an interview a minute ago. I just said draw. So now you forced me. I'll say Eubank by 1 round. Sound.
Well, at least you picked a winner this time. Fuck me. Brad, pleasure. Sorry that I didn't know you was been in the ring, mate. But congratulations on your win anyway, albeit a bit later than expected. And look forward to seeing you in the ring next year.
Thanks, mate. Cheers for having me. That's all.